Hey, you guys, I just wanted to talk about some Friday the 13th with Jason Voorhees. The game is coming out soon, you guys, in October. Now, you guys, this is a huge thing. I'm surprised there's not a bigger community for this than there is now. You guys, this is something a lot of us, as those of you that were born in the early 1980s to mid 80s, and even into the late 80s, you guys can appreciate the fact that you've been wanting to see a Friday the 13th game in 3D. Like, you guys have been, if some of you were like me, here's what I did in high school. I would write stories of how the gameplay would work. I would write the scenario. Of course, it was single player thoughts at this time because none of us were in that multiplayer mind yet. A lot of us didn't even play multiplayer games online the way we do today back then in the mid 90s. Friday the 13th, I was in school writing about it. You guys, this was back when Resident Evil had first came out. It was around 1996. I was coming up. Resident Evil, that was back when when that game came out, everybody's imaginations went skyrocket high. I was like, what if they made a Friday the 13th like this, like a horror game that we've been waiting on? And I went, and it didn't happen for like several years. So, I was in my horticulture class, you guys, bored out of my mind. I started writing a letter to Capcom, Friday the 13th, how the story would work, how the gameplay would work, and everything. It was like a 4 or 5 page thing, just a quick summary. And I sent it to them, obviously, never heard back. And it was like one of those things, it's like, okay, because it's a movie, because it's a big movie and it did really well, we're never going to see a video game of this kind of horror. So, it's one of those things that after a while you're just like, okay, it's never going to happen. So now to hear in 2016, like so many years later, you guys, 25 years later, maybe? I don't know. But I'll have to look that up, but it's been a while. So now this is a big surprise, and I'm surprised, you guys. There's so many people bashing on this game. Even like the game's in early alpha, and all of a sudden everybody's a freaking wizard in gameplay mechanics, and like half of you guys need to understand that half of the stuff that you saw in the E3 showing of the gameplay, that was all placeholder, you guys. They know. This team, Ilphonic and Gun Media, they know what they're doing. You can see, you guys should have been able to digest this just from what they were showing you in the E3 thing, saying it's early alpha, it's a work in progress, and you guys should have been able to see, okay, I can see how this is going to work. I can see how they can tweak this and make it work. That's what should have been going through your mind. The positivity of what they could be doing with this. Like, I can see how the teleporting thing could work. The first thing you guys should be thinking is, okay, they're going to put a cooldown on it. Not,
oh my god, this teleporting thing, this thing is just ridiculous. I can't believe they're making Jason into a predator. He can see through the buildings. He can teleport all over the place. He's a freaking wizard, and he's so OP, it's ridiculous.
No, you guys. Okay, so Jason is OP, but he's not OP to the point where it's impossible for the counselor. It's going to feel like the movies, you guys. He's not going to have X-ray vision. That wasn't no predator vision. You guys, come on. All that stuff was placeholder that you saw. They're going to be adjusting it, tweaking it, changing it to where it's a totally different thing than what you saw in the early alpha. Again, it is early alpha, you guys. You need to understand that this team, they know what they're doing. If any of you have looked at the gameplay and also played the virtual cabin, you can clearly see that this team is heading on the right track. Here's my opinion on this, you guys. If they start tossing stuff out like GTA 5 does, where they come out with new maps, they come out with new weapons, they come out with new, new counselors, they come out with new material from the movies, just little pitches out there, maybe a little, sneak a little bit of Freddy versus Jason, all the stuff that we've if they kind of take the material and play fun at itself and build the material like in all the years we've been waiting for new movies in the games, they can kind of build that. Like eventually Jason Manhattan will come out. Like first we start from the beginning, we have all the material from the beginning movies, and then slowly they work into the newer movies and the newer movies. So it's kind of like we're reliving the life of Friday the 13th through the video game, you guys, and it can all happen in this one game. How people can say that this game is not going to have replay value is completely outrageous. You guys, we get to live the Friday the 13th experience from the movies now. You never know what characters they can add. They can. You remember the old lady and the old guy where they were all hicks, rednecks in the forest, and just a little tangent, you guys. And she's like cooking him soup or something, and he's outside riding his motorcycle, yelling like a madman. Those crazy characters, you know. And then he gets his head decapitated, and she, I think, has those little weird hair tassels in her hair and shit, and she's all like whatever. But you know, like those characters, their trailer, they could put their trailer in the game. There's so many different characters from the movies they can add and put them in the game, you guys, and the maps that can go along with the movies. So it's kind of like we're reliving Jason from 1 to 8 and or how every minute came after that. But yeah, so you guys get the point. Anyway, so yeah, Friday the 13th, you guys. That's what I think is going to be happening in the game. And again, I think everybody jumped on it a little too harshly, you guys. They're going to do great. Keep up with the stuff that people are interviewing about, you guys. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there. I'm going to toss one up there right now. Take a look at that one. That'll explain a lot of the stuff that people just got up in arms about, and they just needed to calm down a little bit, you guys. I think this game's gonna be great. I think this game's gonna be really good. I think Jason in the Friday the 13th, the game has fallen into some really great hands, you guys. And once we see how everything works together, when they get the recipe all fine-tuned, there might be several patches, you guys. Just give it, the game's gonna have to go through beta. They're gonna make adjustments. But I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. It's going to bring the comeback of horror in video games, you guys. I think they're going to be able to do it. I think they're going to be able to nail that feeling that no other horror game can really give you. It's going to feel Friday the 13th, and I'm digging that. So I don't want this to carry on too long, you guys. Yes, I'm excited for Friday the 13th. That's it. TLDR, man. TLDR. Why couldn't you just have told us that you liked Friday the 13th? That's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say. All right, you guys, check the description area if you want to pre-order the game. Help them out. Again, they're on their backer slasher, you guys. They only have a few days left. Go pre-order your game and get the virtual cabin, because unless they extended it after the 7th of July, it's a few days away, you guys. You're not going to be able to get this stuff. So look in there. There's art books. There's merchandise. You guys, support the game. Give it a push, because it's also close that we might get Tommy Jarvis in the friggin' game, you guys. And I totally dig that, because if he's like a special character that can find Easter eggs and like little tidbits from the movie and behind the scenes, completely amazing, that you can add to your very own cabin, right? That's another idea, you guys. Is everybody going to get their own cabin that maybe they can chill with their friends in before they go out and have to fight Jason? You can watch TV, add movies, earn movies, Night of the Living Dead, all the Tom Savini movies that he's been in. Put them on the TV, man. We want to watch those. The underground grunge horror. Put those things on the TV. Always update it. Don't stop updating it, you guys. Add these things to our very own cabin that we can chill with our friends with. I don't know if they're going to be having sex in the cabin, but maybe, watching TV, drinking beer, smoking some pot. Everything you can do like in GTA 5, you guys. Remember how you could have your own house? Boom, you have your own cabin. You can chill with friends, and then you can get ready into your own matches right there in the cabin. Boom, and then you're off. All right, you guys, I don't want to carry on too much. These are all, I think, really cool ideas I wanted to throw out there to Ilphonic and Gun Media. I wish them a very great luck on making this, and I hope it has a good... it's going to be like the original movie, you guys. Nobody thought it was going to do anything. Nobody thought it was going to go anywhere. Boom, it comes out. Boom, it explodes. Like, I hope that happens for the game, just like it did for the original movie, and it's going to be awesome. You guys, thanks for listening. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.